Of course, the big story today as well, it being the 1st of December, we're marking World AIDS Day. And here at home, we track how Nkosi's Haven, that's a center catering for women and children, has been faring, particularly in a world ravaged by COVID-19. In fact, our reporter, Linda Mnisi, joins us now live from the center this morning. And Linda, it's the story of many centers like Nkosi's Haven, but in particular today, it's also the story around managing these two parallel pandemics in a country like ours.
Absolutely, Michelle. And over the years, with HIV and AIDS continuing to ravage South Africa, many women still found it difficult to come out and really state that they are HIV positive for fears, of course, of stigma. And this is one of the centers that were established particularly to address some of those issues. You'll remember the young AIDS activist, Nkosi Johnson, who died many years ago, really, wanting a center like this which would take care of women and children, because it's a similar story that he went through. He was separated from his mother, who was very sick from HIV and AIDS and couldn't take care of him, and therefore had to be taken care by other people. Later on, he was adopted by Gail Johnson, and he went on this world tour, really, trying to educate people about HIV and AIDS, educate people about this particular disease. But he later died, and this was his dream, for a center to be established that would take care of women and children, and for children not to be separated by their mother. But to speak more on this, I'm joined by Cynthia Ndlovu, who is the resident matron here. Ma'am Cynthia, thank you so much for your time. We know this is a very important day, particularly for your center, because at the heart of what you do is to make sure that women and children, are still together and are able to be taken care of.
Yeah, that is true. Even though it seems as if HIV, it looks like everybody knows about HIV, but with us, Nkosi 7, we really do taking care of it, and then we really do it taking it seriously, because that is why Nkosi 7 was founded in the first place. Yeah.
Mawungasichazela mhlambe mama ngama services mhlambe enwa-offerayo. We know that you've been running for 22 years, but of course you've been doing important work. But tell us about how this kind of services enwa-offerayo.
The services that we are offering here, we are making sure that our residents are being taken care of, and then we are making sure that our kids are being taken care of the medication, and then we are also making sure that the kids are being taken to school. So that is our service that we are doing here at Nkosi 7. So I don't know if maybe that I answered your question.
Yes, yeah. Indeed you did. Let's talk about ukuthi njengoba sinesifo se-COVID-19 nje isimo besinjani ukuthi ni-manage i-COVID-19 futhi niphinde ni-manage ngapha HIV and AIDS. Bekunjani lokho?
It was so difficult. At first I thought we are going to die, all of us. And then to have the residents to be locked down here, not going out, it was so difficult. Especially we were dealing with the kids, it was so difficult because they didn't understand what was going on, what was happening. And then the kids couldn't go to school. And then the mothers, the teenagers, they couldn't even go out for shopping or do whatever that they normally do. So it was so difficult for us. And then even though we created something like the quarantine for the people that are tested positive, but still it was adding a lot of work to us, because we have to make sure that they are being taken care of. We have to have the sanitizers. We have to make sure that we are spraying everyone. We have to make sure that they are people that are positive, they are being isolated from others. So it was so difficult. It was so hectic. It was so difficult.
And just personally for you as a matron, ubusebenza la iminyaka oyisebenzile, bekunjani? What has your experience been like? I mean, having first to deal with HIV and now having to transition udile ne-COVID. For you, watching the center, idila nalokho bekunjani for wena as a matron?
For me, it was so difficult. As old as I am, I'm 50 years old. And I know that when COVID started, everyone was saying if we are old, it's easy to get COVID. And then I'm also having BP, high blood pressure. So I was so scared myself. And then at the same time, I was so scared for the people that I'm staying with. And then to have the people, the kids that are taking the medication, to have the mothers that are taking the medication, and then we have to make sure that they are safe from COVID, and then at the same time they are safe from HIV. It was so difficult for us. It was adding a lot of work, and then we are so scared. I was so scared. Personally, I was so scared.
All right, that is Sintanzo for Michelle. She is the resident matron here at Nkosi's Haven. Of course, this is a beautiful, beautiful center, has many young people. So throughout the day, we'll be exploring really what a day like this is like. Of course, in the context of COVID-19 and them having to manage both, these pandemics, and also, looking at their place in today's society, the need for them and how they continue to fight issues like stigma and rejection from society. It's back to you, Michelle.
Yeah, absolutely. Incredibly important story. Linda Mnisi, thanks very much indeed for that update.